Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I'm going to be coming at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. In this video, we're going to be looking at some Sarissa Precision Limited building. Right? This is a Dutch or a Belgian farmhouse, and it's a Dutch farmhouse, and it's built for World War II, but I can see where this might be used during the Napoleonic period. Guess what? I'm going to put it in my Quatre Bras battle. So let's go ahead and open this up. I'm going to take the plastic off, and you and I will both have a chance to see what this thing looks like. Sarissa, I made a wagon from Sarissa, and that was a very nice looking model. I don't know if you've seen my wagon that I put together from Sarissa, but it's a pretty outstanding little model. Of course, you have, like, what's next? Get that out of the way. Check that out. Look at that. Whoa, it's already coming apart. Look at that. Okay, these MDF, that's going to be a big model. Dang, look how big that is compared to my Napoleonic guys. That's going to be a nice little farmhouse. I can use this in the floors, and this is probably a wall, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. And there's another piece right here. I'm going to pop it out because I suspect we'll be needing it. And this is just an extra piece. Oh, I thought it was 4 pieces. Or 2 pieces. I guess it's more than 2 pieces. It's like 4 pieces. Okay, and these are all coming apart very easily. You see them? They're cut all the way through, basically, almost like a puzzle. Put that out of the way. Here's another piece. Don't know. Maybe it's the foundation. We'll find out when we start to put these things together. Look at that. Look at the detail on the brickwork. It's pretty nice. Okay, I don't know what this is. Looks like a doorway. It's not cut all the way through. Right, perfect. Just to give you that look of the door. It looks like it should be cut all the way through. Oh, maybe it is. If I really wanted to punch it out, I guess I could. I don't want to, though. Ooh, what is this? This is like a cardboard window frame. I'll have to figure out what that is. And then let's get the other door wall kind of thing out of the way. There's a piece of extra wood. Alright, let's see how easy this thing is to assemble. This shows bricks along the bottom. Oh, okay, this is the roof. You can see how the roof, I figured that would be gabled, but it's not. There's no gabling. Okay, and so there's a chimney. It would go right on that little slot right there. And I don't see how this would hook together, but we're going to figure it out, aren't we? Okay, so bear with me. Let's get this thing popped out, and then we'll start assembly. So seeing they're coming out real easy. It's not like, okay, well, we know where that goes, right? Trying to stay on camera so I don't lose you guys. Okay, that piece didn't want to come out very good, so we'll just take our time, be very careful, and there it is. And then I bet you that's the chimney piece. Yeah, look at that. We'll just drop those pieces right there, and then this probably is the top of the chimney, right there. Trying not to break any of the pieces, obviously. This MDF is very durable, and it's just coming out pretty easy. There we go. I'm not sure what this is for, but we'll figure it out. But it is still cut out, and it looks like, oh, you know what these are? These are the shutters. Yeah. I don't know what those are. Those look like they'll probably go on top of the windows to make them stand out even more. Okay, so let's just put that out of the way. So let's flip this over. It's one page. Doesn't really have a whole lot of directions because it doesn't look like it'd be very hard. Okay, it looks like this floor goes on the second floor. And I wonder if this piece can be lifted off. Because I don't think I want to glue the whole thing together. I want to be able to get down into the model. Let's say glue the card window shutters to the wall panels. Okay. Glue the side wall panels to the end walls. Glue the assembly to the floor. Okay, so that's like that glues to the floor. Got it. Glue the card window shutters to the first floor gable. Glue the side wall panels to the floor. That's this and this. Glue the gable end walls. That's these guys and these guys. Wait. Glue the gable end walls and the side walls and floor where they touch. Glue the roof fan light windows to the roof panels. It must be this. Glue the roof panels to the supports. Glue the chimney panels together and assemble. Okay, so yeah, there's three parts. There's the ground floor, the second floor, and the roof piece. All right, that sounds pretty straightforward. Okay, let's start doing some gluing. Using my E6000. Not using a whole lot of glue, just a little. Might have to go back on that one. Yeah, very tight fit. Okay. I think they want me to glue these pieces on first. So I probably should have done that first. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go back. Next. Here we go. Simple enough. Okay. Let's glue all the shutters on while I'm thinking about it. Okay. There's one. One there. There's one there. And I thin the glue out a little bit, spreading it out. It'll dry clear. It's no big deal. Pop a couple of these out. Done. Set that off to the side. All this is doing, I mean, you could probably leave it off, but what this does is it gives it a little bit more three-dimensional instead of just being a flat, just a flat MDF board. It actually gives it some depth. And these pieces are, even this cardboard here is actually cut with some grooves. You see the lines, that's not black, that's actually cuts. And I'm thinking a lot like the buildings that I made for a World War II game that I was playing, the Eschi models, they had some shutters like this, but they were, one of them, or a couple of them, were put on at kind of an angle, like they were off their hinge, and that kind of gives the illusion of like battle damage or something like that. But I'm not going to do that on these. I'm going to make these guys pretty much exactly the way they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? Okay, the next step is to put this sidewall on as well. And the main structure I don't glue with super glue or Elmer's. I glue with the E6000, and it doesn't need to be on real super thick. I'm just giving it a little bit of, just a little run of glue to make it stick. And it is a tight fit, so there should be some squeaking. There you go. And that holds it because it's a precision cut. All right, that's looking good. Now we should have some end pieces. I'm gonna flip this around. I'm gonna build it exactly the way it's showing. This piece looks like it's going to go on the end here. See these corners? There we go. Got it. On that corner as well. Now what I didn't do, and I just neglected to do it, is to glue the side panels, and I probably should do that before I start sticking them together. So I'm just stretching them a little bit. Get a little bit of glue in there, not a whole lot. And then stretch this one also a little bit. Alrighty. Sometimes I like to put rubber bands on my models just so that I don't have to constantly stay here and hold it. I can let the rubber band do all my work for me. Okay, now I'm going to put the back wall on, slide it down. I did think ahead and glued the side grooves as well. Remember, it's a tight fit, and you hear some squeaking as these pieces go together. There we go. Ooh, I must have missed a hole there. There we go. Completely press it down. Make sure all the slots are in the right slots and the right grooves are in the right grooves. Let me grab a rubber band. It might not be big enough to do that. And it doesn't have to be strong. It doesn't have to be super tight. Just enough to apply a little bit of pressure to make sure. And that's the ground floor. That's as simple as that. Okay, so we'll set this off to the side. Let that dry for a moment. And now we're going to go with the second floor, which is the wooden floor. Right? You got the gables on the ends, right? You've got the side walls that basically just hold the gables in position, really. That's all they do. These kind of, I'm not gluing anything right now, I'm just kind of showing you. They go right there, and then this, and these will not need to be attached in any way to anything but the floor. So we just glue that down, and then do the same on the left side. Or right side, depending on how you're looking at it. Okay. Perfect. Now, when you're looking at these end gables, of course you want the design on the outside. But this is these two are going to glue to these ends, but this little notch here will glue directly to the floor, but nothing else touches the floor. So what I think I'm going to do is just put a little bead of glue along this little notch here, and then maybe just right above and below this slot. Kind of like that, so that when I go to glue this in, where is it? There it is. Okay, so that went in, and this kind of rides along the edge of the floor. The notches and this little tab. Now the tab is going to rest on the wall of the ground floor to keep the roof in place, basically. So when you take it on and off, put it on and off or whatever, it won't slide around. Okay, so we're going to hold this in place. I'd probably take the rubber band off because it's already been a couple of minutes. But let me hold this just for a moment and then I'll be right back. Now one of the last things we're going to be doing is we're going to be building the roof and the chimney. But before I do that, I've got a few little paper pieces that I need to put on the windows here. I'm going to pop all of these out. Because of how thin and flimsy it is, I decided that I wanted to go ahead and use my X-Acto knife to cut that a little bit more. Go. It should all pop out pretty easily right now. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Also giving these little windows on the roof a three-dimensional texture because it sticks out. Once it's painted, you'll notice the big difference because I'm going to paint those wood. Ah! Dropped it. Okay, so now these are the frames for the roofs. This doesn't have anything other than itself to hook onto, so I think I need to be a little liberal, liberal with the glue, because I want to make sure that, whoops, I didn't really need to go over this little bump here, but I wanted to make sure that it holds the roof in place. Just like that. Do the same on this. Whoa, I don't know. I got multiple glues over here. Hopefully I'm doing all this on camera. Maybe I'm not. There we go. Alrighty. We're back. So now I want to apply, I'm going to hold this in place while I apply the glue along here. And because this is all going on simultaneously, you got to apply glue to both sides. Put the little roof notches in. Right, okay. On both ends. And then the tabs got to fit. Okay, what is... Oh, okay. Nice, nice. What about this one? Aha. Okay, so this roof actually overlaps this roof. I didn't apply any glue there. It doesn't look like I need it. I could apply a bead of glue right here. It's never going to be seen, and it will reinforce that roof. See what I did? Apply a bead there. I'll probably, no, won't do it anywhere else. Okay. Okay, we're going to let that dry just for a minute, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, and then we'll be right back to do the chimney. All right, so we're going to push that off to the side, but we're going to be able to do the chimney. We're going to start working on the chimney because there's a little assembly on this chimney. It comes in 3 pieces, right? You got your center piece with the groove and the 2 exhaust pipes, right? And then you've got a brick side and a brick side. So what you do is you're going to glue the bricks to this piece, and then you're going to glue the bricks to this piece. And it's going to give you the illusion that there's bricks here and there's bricks there. Now the issue that I have here is there are bricks on the edges as well, right? But you can't, there's nothing in the middle, but there is here. But there's a little bit of flash, or I wouldn't say flash, where it was, needs to be trimmed is what I'm saying. Little bump, simple, done. 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 That's done. Super easy. They cut super easy. Done. Done. This is the middle piece. Now there was one on all 4, so I thought it might have been like a band or something that wrapped around the chimney or some reason, but it's not. It was just flash. Same thing on this. Okay. Perfect. Okay, we're only going to glue one side. Just a little bit of glue, not terrible, not a whole lot. And just like E6000, what you should do is apply glue to both sides of the pieces that you're sticking together. Pull them apart. Okay, it doesn't want to come apart. That's a good sign, but no, we're going to pull them apart, let them dry just for a second so they get tacky. It looks like they're already tacky. And then we'll put them back together so that they line up and they blend just right. Squeeze, done. That looks pretty good. All right, we'll do the same thing on the other side. And the bottom, and all that, right? Good. Now I'm going to apply a little bit of glue on the top. Looks like there already is a little bit. And then the chimney piece slides down over the pipes. I don't know what that is. A chimney cap, I guess is what it's called. So the chimney cap goes down and it lays flush with all the other chimney pieces. So it kind of brings everything together. Lay that down. Take our roof. This piece will go right on inside. Can you see that? Yep, right on inside there. Look at that, laid in there pretty good. I didn't even have to snap it in tight. Okay. Bottom of that. Holding, pressing. There it is. Whoops, my hand. Okay, so as far as assembly goes, we are done. Let me get some of this away. We have the roof, which is a roof piece. This is a nice big building too. I'm pretty impressed with this building, this Dutch building. If you don't have this Dutch building, you should go out and get it. It's great. It looks like it's going to be great for all gaming. Okay, so here we go. We got this. I'm going to take the rubber bandy off. Okay, got the main door here. Or there, depending on how you look at it. Now when this goes on, I don't know, is that didn't want the roof to accidentally dry onto the ground floor. So there are these little slots on the side where this roof actually fits inside the ground floor. There it goes. There we go, there we go, there we go. And then you can see that little groove that I was talking about, how it sits right there. Oh, that's a nice little chunk of building there. Then you take this, and most likely, I'm guessing now, that these supports ride on the inside of these walls, so that this, because that's the way I make my roofs. Yep, see how that goes on the inside? And it's on the inside of this side. Now this roof doesn't want to slide left or right, or up and down. That's a Belgian house. Let's lower this camera so you can see it a little bit better. Yeah, that's a Sarissa building right there, right? So you got all four sides. It's beautiful, right? Looks good. Looks good, looks good. Now, you're playing, you got to pull this off. Pull the roof off. Great. You got guys upstairs. You know, this basically gives you the floor upstairs. So you got a sniper shooting out the window right here. Or you want to put the people on the ground floor. Now the issue with this is the roof here fits snug, so you got to hold the bottom down when you pop this off. Okay, maybe I don't. Maybe I reach inside and use my finger to pull it. Okay, it's nice and tight. Yeah, so you pop this off, right? And then, I mean, you can even leave that on there, but you got guys inside. You know, that's pretty awesome. It might work. Actually, I think these bayonets will be just fine. I wonder if I could put this. Nah, that doesn't look right. Yeah, that actually goes on there even with the bayoneted guys. Okay, I'm impressed. Color me impressed. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial, little review. Now it's not painted obviously, but if you want to see this painted, I am going to be using this for my Quatre Bras project. So come back and check out my Quatre Bras project videos and you'll see these buildings all put together and painted. Alright, thanks for coming out and checking out this video, and I'll see you next time.